Boom shakalaka, the last bearish charts we're going to see for a while, plus why Bitcoin has a 3 out of 4 chance of going higher, and $1 million Bitcoin is confirmed. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Radley here from Crypto Love. Today's video, the last bearish charts you'll see for a while, plus why 3 out of 4 times Bitcoin is going higher, and $1 million Bitcoin is in the bag. Before we get into it, like the video, join us on Twitter with Crypto Love, and of course, subscribe to the OG Bitcoin and Crypto YouTube channel, making daily videos longer than anybody else. Now, today, fear and greed at 46, just below neutral, still traces of fear. The overall market sideways, Bitcoin 87,183, Ethereum 2073, and XRP 244. Now, Bitcoin sitting in this downtrend, but it is bracing for an explosion by April Fool's Day right there in the target. Holy freaking cow. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on here. So Bitcoin right now breaking above the 200-day moving average here in orange, the 21-day EMA in blue, and having a full candle above there. But it is coming up with previous support, maybe turn resistance at roughly $90,000. Also this downtrend resistance right here. Also, the 50-day moving average, all of these things converging around $90,000 around April Fool's Day. There's going to be a big, massive move coming in the next week. And that's not an April Fool's joke. Now, some of the last bearish charts we're going to see for a while. Check out what happened to Bitcoin the last 6 times the RSI hit overbought in the 4-hour chart. You can see right now it is overbought. If we take a look at all 6 times this happened, guess what? Price fell 8%, 7%, 13%, 10%, 25%, 16%. We might be due for a dip. Maybe. Could that happen when we encounter all this resistance here at $90,000? Yeah. Possibly. It could happen. Now, also, another potentially bearish chart. This is the Bitcoin exchange whale ratio. Now, you can see that the exchange whale ratio is decreasing here. Price is increasing. Got squeezed up. Right now, we have the opposite. Price is decreasing, whereas last time it was increasing. Exchange whale ratio is going up this time, where it was going down last time, which both things are opposite right now. And the last time it broke up, if these things are opposite, does that mean it's going to break down? Oof, I don't know. But you know who does know? The same guy who predicted that Bitcoin would hit $70,000-ish back when it was $100,000, Arthur Hayes. He just recently said, I bet Bitcoin hits 110,000 before it retests 76,500. Why? The Fed is going from quantitative tightening to quantitative easing for treasuries, and tariffs don't matter because transitory inflation. Jay Powell told him so. Blah, 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 blah. Now, he was right before. He's been right many times before. Quite possibly, he's right again. Which brings us to this chart. We've been waiting for it. There was capitulation on the minor hash ribbon, and guess what? We have a blue buy signal. Now, take a look what happens after these blue buy signals. They're here with arrows as well. Price tends to go up afterwards. I told you we were done with the bearish charts. Yes, price tends to go up there. Not only that, but if you take the time between halvings in blue and around halving 6 months before to 18 months after, guess what? There's still a long way to go. We have about 9 more months until October. Not that long, but 6 more months. I can't even count. 6, 7 months, something like that until October. And that means there's potential for a lot more price moving upwards. Just comparing Bitcoin this cycle in orange with where we've been previous cycles. If we draw down here, you can see that every other cycle, Bitcoin still did go up from where it was. So there is a likelihood that Bitcoin price is going up. As a matter of fact, we can quantify it. We can give a number. This is 10 years of Bitcoin seasonality in one chart. The median Bitcoin yearly price path plus or minus 25% ranges since 2015. Now, as of right now, we're underneath the average. But Bitcoin is tracking right along the lower bound. Look at this. It is literally on the lower bound right there. History repeats. The way to interpret this chart, thank you, because I couldn't figure it out. There's a 75% chance that Bitcoin will go higher from here. That's pretty cool. 3 out of 4 chance. Since it's at the bottom 25% threshold. there's a 50% chance it will gain 50% in the short term. How about that? Looks like Bitcoin is going up. I told you we were done with the bearish charts. And there's this one right here. We're at the rare point where liquidity retested its breakout and is surging higher, seen here in yellow. Right as the business cycle bottomed and reversed, right here in red. Now, both of these indicators independently signal banana territory for Bitcoin, but they are compounding exactly at the same time. Only the third of these setups in the last 12 years, the other two propelled the crypto market to its steepest legs. Ignore the noise. We're on the verge of a massive move. As a matter of fact, $1 million Bitcoin has just been confirmed. There are two people who you can always counter trade and always be right. One is Tom Lee from Fundstrat. The other is Jim Cramer. Anything they say is just plain wrong. Well, he says there's no way Bitcoin is going to $1 million. Guess what? $1 million Bitcoin just confirmed. And here might be the reason why. Monetary inflation. Even though CPI has gone up 88% since 2000, that's not the real number. The real number is monetary inflation. Half of the world's money, or half of the US money, has been printed in the past 10 years. The true extent of US dollar devaluation, 363% since 2000. Guess what you can't devalue? Bitcoin. Can't print more of them. So that's all for this episode. There's a playlist that you might enjoy right up there. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
Boom, shakalaka.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.